welcome back to the 6 o'clock news. I'm Tyrannitar Jones. Yesterday, May 10th, Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., Fred Shuttlesworth, and Ralph Abernathy released the negotiations that will end the campaign of civil rights and segregation here in Birmingham, Alabama. There will be a plan to introduce integrated public facilities over the next 90 days. Let's take a look at the events that led up to this decision. The campaign began with a group of members of the Alabama Christian Movement for Human Rights staging a sit-in at a segregated, white-only lunch counter. They later joined forces with the Southern Christian Leadership Conference and staged many other sit-ins.
The ACHMR and SCLC had a meeting with big figures such as Dr. King and I. We thought that doing sit-ins would propel our campaign, but this was not the case. We decided to use a new strategy.
Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., Fred Shuttlesworth, and Ralph Abernathy later began to organize marches after they didn't receive the response they intended to from the sit-ins and boycotts. After the marches grew violent, Commissioner Connor ordered the police officers to release dogs on the group, which helped the campaign grow in exposure in the media.
Ralph David Abernathy and I were arrested along with 46 others and put into solitary confinement. My wife wrote a letter to John F. Kennedy, which brought his attention to the campaign. Later, the ACHMR SCLC recognized that our numbers were low, so they decided to pursue more of a dramatic action.
They organized the Children's Crusade, where groups of children gathered at 16th Street Baptist Church. Police officers reacted by using fire hoses and arresting the children. The reaction of violence from the police only fueled and helped the campaign gain support. This was known as the paradox of repression because the campaign gained moral outrage and support from the people, instead of dying down from the public eye. As we can see outside over there, Terrence James witnessed the Children's Crusade and is here to talk about what happened today on the streets of Birmingham. Alright, now we bring you Terrence James.
Thank you, Jones. Yesterday in these streets here, we saw children singing church songs. Many were arrested by the police and attacked by their hoses, and it was an awful sight to see, so hopefully we'll hear from President Kennedy shortly.
It does indeed look extremely violent out there. It is unbelievable that these poor children are so defenseless, but the officers are still using repressive violence on them. Well, we just got news that President Kennedy will make an address on the events taking place in Birmingham today.
Good evening, my fellow citizens. This afternoon, following a series of threats and defiant statements, the presence of Alabama National Guardsmen was required on the University of Alabama to carry out the final and unequivocal order of the United States District Court of the Northern District of Alabama. That order called for the admission of two clearly qualified young Alabama residents who happened to have been born Negro. That they were admitted peacefully on the campus is due in good measure to the conduct of the students of the University of Alabama who met their responsibilities in a constructive way.
The campaign ended up being successful, and now lunch counters, restrooms, drinking fountains, and other public facilities will be desegregated over the next 90 days. Also, hiring and promotion will be done on a non-discriminatory practice. I, Tyrannitar Jones, thank you for listening to this presentation from Channel 9 News. Stay tuned to watch my show, Cooking with Nick, where we discover the inner workings of kitchens around the world.